Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 103. Yesterday we spoke about Ben, about a son. Today we begin a longer chapter about a bas, about a daughter. Ra'isi min agram be'ezim b'koyma. He says to Pele Yoetz, I've seen a terrible custom in certain places. She'ish ki yivalid lo bas. When a person gives birth to a daughter, a man has a daughter, not a son. The people begin making fun and jokes to this person that his wife bore him a daughter and not a son. One says, "Ooh, it's so cold." The stench is so terrible. There's many different things of leitzanos, of joking around and jesting over the fact that this woman, that his wife had a baby girl. And it gets to the point where if a person has a daughter instead of a son, he has no place to run, no place to hide from the people that are chasing him down. They're running after him with all of their jokes and their leitzanos and scoffing over the fact that he has a daughter. V'ra alai my hamaisa, says the Pele Yoetz, this is terrible. What a terrible way to behave and to speak. Koyrani aleim, I call upon them, the pasuk that says loyeg l'rosh, someone who scoffs and makes jokes at a poor man. Cheref oisehu, he ends up insulting his maker. Person is poor, Rachmana litzlan, and you make fun of their poverty. Is it their choice? HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided that this person is going to be poor, and therefore you're a loyeg, you are a scoffer to the one that is poor, and you're insulting the Rebbeinu Shalom because HaKadosh Baruch Hu made it that way. If somebody has a baby girl instead of a baby boy, is that what the person chose? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who gave them the girl. So why are you making fun of them? And as we will see, there's nothing at all in the world that is wrong with having a daughter instead of a son. These are the plios. These are the wonders of the perfect one, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives sons to the ones that He wants to. And He gives daughters to the ones that He wants to. So it comes out then that the person who makes fun of someone who gave birth to a girl, Ach neged Hashem devaro, his words are going against the Rebbeinu Shalom. Hashem decided who's going to have a girl and who's going to have a boy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided this family, they're going to have 3 girls, 2 boys, 2 more girls, 1 more boy, 3 more girls. And He decided in this family it's going to be maybe 7 boys in a row and a girl at the end. Who knows? HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides the way it's going to work. So if you're making fun, again, this apparently was a somewhat of a unfortunate minhag that was going on in his time, that people would make fun of people that are girls, chas v'chalila, to do such a thing. And besides that, he says, you're arguing with Hashem. Milvad Yisrael ha'leitzanos kiravu, besides the prohibition of leitzanos, of scoffing and the like, which is terrible. V'yoisem is, and even more than this, yeshtus galo b'ksas burim. There's such a shtus, such a foolishness amongst the unlearned people, the empty-minded people. Shim yodi ishto zachar, and they do like this: if his wife gives birth to a boy, oyavo mechavdo kavod gadol, he loves her and he honors her tremendously. V'im nekeva telen, however, if she gives birth to a girl, mirachaka ve'eno nichnas esa, he distances her, pushes her away, and he doesn't come to see her. V'rabba azuva atzeva, how terrible does she feel abandoned, and the sadness that she has as a result of this behavior from her husband. How foolish are these people? What kind of complaint can he have against his wife if she had a girl and not a boy? Did she go to the marketplace and say, I think I'll take a girl today and not a boy? Is it her fault? Again, in the minds of these men, says the Pele Yoetz, they think that only a boy is chashiv and a girl is not chashiv. I mean, you need boys and girls to make the world go round. That's the way that it works over here. There are mothers and there are fathers. There are Babis and there are Zaydis. That's the way that the world works. What is this man complaining about? Furthermore, what are you trying to understand or be better, understand the hidden things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing? Maybe it's quite possible that a girl, a daughter, is going to be even better for you than a son. Their mazel often is good, and they have a good portion. We see many people rejoice when they have a daughter amongst all their sons. Her mazel, her fortune, the brachas that she receives, even better than that of the boys. Woe is to the one whose sons are like daughters, which means if you have a son who's a bit of a prima donna, says the Pele Yoetz, quoting the Gemara over here. He's busy with his hair, he's busy with his ties, he's busy with his belt, he's busy with his everything about him. He wants to look the best that he possibly can. This behavior is not the behavior of a boy, that's the behavior of a girl. Says the Pele Yoetz, quoting the Gemara over here, woe is to the one whose son displays behavior in primming and propping himself over there and making sure that he looks his best like a girl. And we have a further problem over here. Many boys that are born, they remain amaratzi, they remain ignorant. And few are the ones that are real bali aliyah, that are elevating and growing and steiging. Great are the pains and the agonies to a father because his sons maybe are not succeeding the way that they could in Torah, and they're avoiding Hashem. And that's the responsibility of a father to his son. And if the son does not reach those levels per se, what an agmas nefesh, what a pain to the father it's going to be. Mashenkin, on the other hand, la'avi abanos, to the father of daughters, she'ein alav tsaras habas, he doesn't have such pain from his daughters. Kim lelamda meleches nashim amidas. What do you have to teach his daughters? He has to teach them what she needs to know for a woman, little kashrus in the kitchen and this and that and all these things. Umidos tavas and good midos. She doesn't have to learn Torah all day long. She doesn't have to steig in every single mitzvah all day long. And therefore, there's a benefit to having daughters because the responsibility of the father for the daughters in directing them in the way of Torah mitzvahs is much less than it is if it's boys. And with the boys, it's quite possible that he could not fulfill this obligation, and that's machayim, that's painful. The father has a mitzvah to marry off his daughter when she is of marriageable age. Rabbi Chazal teach us, Bartach Bagra, your daughter gets to be a Bagra, 12 and a half years old, which in the olden days, in the days of the Gemara, they used to get married much younger. Shachar Avd, and you can't find her a husband. Shachar Avdech, so free your slave, and bring the slave to her. So important is it that a young lady should get married. So do whatever you can. And the father and the mother have to stand watching over this girl with 7 eyes, which means keep a watchful eye over this girl. She should not desecrate her covered, meaning we have to be worried about the girls as well, says the Pele Yoetz. They're not married yet. Maybe they're going to get lured after some charming young man, some charismatic fellow who's going to do things, chas v'chalila, to violate this young girl's covered or honor. And when she does that, she's mechala, she desecrates the honor of her father. And therefore there's a mitzvah to listen to the words of the chachamim. When he can marry off straight away. Don't wait too long. And the father should also add on to the dowry and the like to make sure she looks attractive in the eyes of prospective husbands. Whatever abilities, financial abilities he has, so that he should be able to find for his daughter a wonderful match. And again, in those days, money was what talked, and could even be that unfortunately in our times as well, money talks a lot when it comes to shidduchim and the like, and therefore a father should do whatever he can to be able to make his daughter presentable. V'yadua ma'amarim zal she'amar, like we know what it says in the Gemara, la'olam yimkar adam kol asher lo. A person should sell everything that he has. Vayasi bitol Talmid Chacham, in order to marry his daughter off to a Talmid Chacham, to a Torah scholar. How important it is that she marries the right person. And if she marries a Talmid Chacham, a Torah scholar, how much greater is the marriage going to be. All the best.